All right. We should be live. Just checking the audio stream here. I haven't done a live video in a really long time, but I just don't have the time to edit these things these days. So I'm going to go and try and do these more often live. So if you are watching in, please hit that like button. Live streams do work a little bit differently with the YouTube algorithm. So you need to hit that like button to try and get it out there, work the algorithm for me. That really appreciate if you guys do that. We're going to talk about a lot of things here. If you're coming in on this not live, make sure you use the chapter markers down below. I'll put in all the chapter markers after the live session so that you guys can skip ahead to the topics that you're interested in. So please go ahead, use those chapter markers and skip to those particular topics. Actually helps me in the analytics to find out what you guys are more interested in as well. But it seems like the stream is going okay. If you can't hear me, please let me know in the comments. I do have the chat open in the background as well, so I should be able to see them come in. And when I switch over to the next screen here, check this out. I love this. We got live chat in the top right there, and also on the top in the middle, we have whoever's subscribed on next. Jaff, awesome, mate. Haven't seen you in ages. Hope it's not too cold in the bottom of Australia there. All right, let's get into these news updates here. Seems like we are all good, coming through well. Thank you. Okay, I'll go through the comments and stuff at the end of this session. I've got a lot to go through here. Let me give you an overview of what we're going through. We're going to look at Dex Screener and all this really cool stuff that's come out of it and why it's kind of important and how it's going to impact tap tools and other ecosystem tools out there already. We're going to look at NMKR's brand new venture over into the Solana space. This is pretty exciting too. We're going to have a look at some updates around Splash, USDM. Orcfax have launched their brand new network as well, so we're going to look into that. Cardano IO, what do you call it? Input Outputs Asia tour has been going on. There's some highlights from the conference over there in Japan. And we also have some updates around the summit. And then I'll talk through Cardano governance as well. A lot of debates, a lot of topics around this, especially around DReps getting paid at the moment. So I'm going to go through a couple of two sides of the story and see where the community kind of fits with this one here. And we are still a long way to go with this governance side of things. I'll bring up some stats around that as well. So let's get right into this, guys. First news story here, on the wrong screen, of course. This is Dex Screener now listing Cardano assets. This is really, really cool. And I was speaking to Nick. We did an interview about Saturn Swap and the launch of that with all these other really cool things with the liquidity pool and all that. And he mentioned in the background that he's been working on an integration partner doing all the work for them to get this up online. And this was with Dex Screener. And Dex Screener, for those that don't know, it's a DEX aggregator that brings in all the data across all these different ecosystems. And if you have a look at here, these so many chains here that you haven't even heard of. They're pulling in all the data from. Some of these are like Polygon, some of these are like L2s and whatnot. So there's a lot here. I'm scrolling and scrolling. You can see there's a lot here. But finally, we now have Cardano on here. Unfortunately, at the moment, we only have Saturn Swap being displayed in the stats, but we can see various different Cardano assets coming through. A lot of them meme coins, that's cool, but we also have Mint at the top there, which is awesome. So hopefully we do see some more of the Cardano dexes come into play. I have heard that there is conversations with MinSwap and some other leading Cardano dexes as well. So we should see some more of the data from the other dexes come through over the next month or so. So I'm sure there's a lot of development in the background to get this working properly. Nick mentioned that he had been working on a lot of the bugs, getting them all fixed up. So it did take a little while to get this happening. Now, what's the big deal? What is the big deal of this? And it's purely down to exposure. Dex Screener is used by so many people to have a look at what's mooning next, what people are moving on. So like the Solana guys here, you click on Solana, you're looking at all these various tokens across all of the crypto, seeing what's going up, what's moving fast, and people jump into those particular tokens, explore them, and see what's going on. And that is the same idea here. Now that we can have it on the Cardano ecosystem as well, people may have a look and try and find out what they can get into on the Cardano side of things to try and get their next set of like really big gains. So hopefully we do see more tokens, more not just meme coins, but also some of the really awesome projects that are building on Cardano into the space as well. So that'd be absolutely awesome. Hey Hardy, good to see you here as well in the live stream. Cool. So Dex Screener, awesome job, Nick, for bringing that in. I can't wait to see what else comes out of this, and hopefully we do see a bit of growth for Saturn Swap as well, considering that you guys did the majority of the work to bring this all on board for Cardano. Now, what happens to tap tools? And this is the big thing that everyone's been talking about as well. So it's great that we have this integration in, but it also now means that a lot of people might not use tap tools as how it was, because all this data is now coming in from Dex Screener as well. But tap tools brings in so much more information for Cardano users compared to what Dex Screener could provide you. And with the pro features here, they are quite unique. I'm looking at all the hot wallets at the moment. So this is a pro feature of tap tools. I'm looking at all the hot wallets. These are highlighted wallets within the Cardano space. And these particular wallets here are, what's trading, what they're holding. So you can inspect this and see what's happening. You can do a wallet profiler as well, like analyze particular wallets. So there's a lot of really cool, unique features within tap tools. So I don't think tap tools will disappear anytime soon. I think tap tools is one of those really crucial things in the Cardano space that a lot of users here use. So hopefully we don't see that disappear. I've personally bought the brand new tappies. If you have a look here, these are the new tappies. I'm not affiliated with them at all. I just like to support Cardano devs out there, and these guys are building some useful tools. So I've purchased one of these just to be able to get into the data and the analytics through these various pro features here. So highly worthwhile. Do check them out. You can see what I'm looking at here. Maybe I'll do a little bit of more of a preview for the guys so that anyone that's considering buying a tappy can see what they're getting and what they can get out of this data. I might just click on one of these wallets here and you can actually see like a wallet profile, a pro version. So here you can see this particular user, you can see how much liquidity they have and see what they're actually holding in their wallet. You can see what they're trading, their history, if they're taking any loans out, and then you can start analyzing what they're doing and then mimicking those particular trades and following along. So if you're watching a wallet and suddenly it's growing over a 6-month period from 500,000 to 1 million, it's probably worth watching to see what type of trades they're doing, what they're getting into, and what projects they're following so that you can mimic them. So that's the idea behind that. So it's really good to have these type of tools. Now, the next news story here, this is pretty cool. And NMKR, these guys have been doing some amazing stuff since the very early days of Cardano. And now for them to go multi-chain, I think is a really big milestone for the team. They've probably saturated Cardano as much as possible. The NFT space on the Cardano ecosystem has kind of died off a little bit. There's nowhere near as much volume as what it used to be or compared to other chains. So I think personally as a business move, it's probably a smart move to start expanding multi-chain and exploring what other ecosystems have and what type of communities have. But on the flip side, so that's really good for NMKR, but for the businesses, for the NFTs, for people that are minting and driving that kind of economy, this brings a whole new layer of accessibility for users. So now you can still use NMKR, but you can launch your project on 2 different chains at the same time. So NMKR, I've used it for various projects myself, and it is so easy to use, so easy to set up. You can use it to put in all the layers. You can get an artist, you can get them to draw the layers of your NFT project and use the back end there to piece it all together, then set up all your entire mint payments, payment addresses, everything. It's so easy to use. And now to have that available on multiple different chains, even better. So who knows where else they'll go. Obviously, they're not going to tell us anytime soon, but we'll see that expand over. So you can now use NMKR to mint on Solana. Now, there's a little bit of conversation around that, a little bit of hey, maybe NMKR shouldn't have moved multi-chain and trying to entice projects over to Cardano so we can have more liquidity come into the Cardano side of things. I'm all for interoperability, guys. It's like these businesses, these leading projects that are building on Cardano, that started on Cardano, if they can bring in more exposure to the awesome products that we're building here via going multi-chain, I'm all for that. This is probably a good approach. I really do think it is. Patrick's rebuilt the NMKR website as well. It's pretty slick. I really have to say it's pretty slick. This is it here. It's I'll just scroll through a little bit here, but you can see the main new focus at the moment is RWAs, these real world assets. They've got the T of Diamonds. They did the Diamonds mint a little while ago, last year. I can't remember now. It's all blends together. But now with their new platform, Finest, and their surge towards RWAs, I think they are in a really good position to be able to deliver the assets, the NFTs that are the mutable record of those particular RWAs. I think they're in a really good position. Anyone that goes to it now would have more options. They can mint it and have the NFT delivered on Solana. They can have it delivered on Cardano. So that's really, really important. And I'll just segue a little bit here, but I was reading up on that Dish partnership. Remember from 2021 when IO announced that there was that big Dish partnership, the Fortune 500 company, Cardano is going to partner up with them. I was looking into the partnership and what Dish had actually delivered, and I have to say, what I read was really disappointing. The experience, this was a blog article from a user that was talking about their Dish experience. They were trying to get to the influencer level. So you had to do all these tasks within their app, and then you gain these points, and then you eventually earn an NFT. And the things they had to do was, whatever. But when they actually got the NFT, they had to claim it. They had to claim it on a blockchain that they've never heard of before, Cardano. They tried to connect their MetaMask and all these type of things. I think it was a little bit too early. There wasn't that deep level interoperability for that. And the user experience for them was absolutely horrid from what I could read from this blog post. So I think now the ecosystem's a lot more interoperable. It's a lot more integrated between different chains, and having something like this with NMKR now being able to mint and deliver on different chains as well, it's going to be really good. So hopefully we see this expand even more, and I really hope they do go seriously multi-chain everywhere and have their solution on everything, so that whatever they release, whatever product it is, like Newcast, Stuff.io, whatever they are partnering with, can deliver some awesome stuff cross-chain and deliver value to Cardano, the NMKR token, and everything else. So congratulations, NMKR team. I think this was a really good move. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. I know there was a bit of a debate about this. Next news story here, Splash. They seriously have made a splash recently. So Splash Protocol, another order book DEX on Cardano. And I finally worked out how they get these transactions so fast. When you're doing the transaction in the swap on Splash, you can instantly have your buy order or sell order transition back to you straight away, like almost straight away as soon as you do that transaction submission. When you do the transaction submission, it goes into the mempool. They can read that mempool and see what's in it, and then not reward you, but do that transaction for you as soon as that transaction comes in. So they are predicting, and not predicting, but reading what's coming in and then doing that swap straight away. So as soon as that swap comes on chain, it comes back at you, which is insane, which is so fast. I think that's the fastest experience that you can get on the Cardano ecosystem at the moment. I think Sunday Swap, I saw Pi reply to that, and it's something similar that they're doing at the moment as well. But they're absolutely dominating at the moment with the amount of volume that's going through their DEX. And that's pretty much due to Snec.fun and all the meme coins launching on there. So we're seeing a lot of activity there around the meme coin thing. I'm totally not into the meme coins. I'm pretty much against meme coins in general because I know there's so many scams on there. I did a video about those scams as well, how people are just pumping up a meme coin and then rugging it afterwards. So please be careful when you're playing around with this. But there is so much liquidity going through it at the moment, which is really good, and it's bringing a lot of attention to Cardano. There was that bit of debacle around the transactions speed, the unoptimized scripts out there, but everything's being fixed up now, and it seems to be going and flowing really smoothly. So do try it out now if you do want to try it out, just to see what it's like, or if you're into the meme coins, go for it, go for live. Now, just want to remind you guys, hit that like button on your way in, hit that subscribe, notification bell. Works wonders for the YouTube algorithm, does wonders for the channel. But there's also the ability to become members on the channel as well. This is a list of some of these awesome members that have bought me a coffee on a regular basis. So every month, I think the cheapest membership is $2.95. So instant coffee, yeah, that's an instant coffee level. If you do want to support the work that I do, all this content that I create, entertainment on a late Saturday night, please go ahead. It's just a small little fee if you can. If you can't, that's totally cool. There's no obligation to. I'll always create this content for you guys. But if you can hit that like button, that would be absolutely awesome. Next news story here. This is this massive amount of boost that USDM is getting at the moment. Everyone knows that we need an awesome stablecoin on Cardano, and USDM is leading the way. They're doing some awesome stuff in bringing in this liquidity. It's still not open up to retail at the moment, which is a little bit unfortunate, so we can't jump in and start minting it ourselves. But these big players are loading up like 900,000, a million in each time is really good to see, because we're seeing users come in, mint that, and then put it into DeFi, which is amazing. That's exactly what you want to see. A lot of this USDM is going over to liquid finance. And then I think the yield there is insane. It's like you just provide USDC or USDM on their protocol and you can get like over 20% yield in return. So that is absolutely awesome. And a lot of people are taking advantage of that at the moment. So I still haven't done a video on liquid finance, and I still don't know how to use that platform properly. That's why I haven't. But I will, and I think I really should, because if you have any USDC, if you're just sitting and waiting around for this bull run to kick in, you might as well put that USDC to work, or USDM in this case, and to earn some of those extra rewards. So I'm definitely going to look into that. I have been looking around the Charlie 3 feeds as well to keep up to date with all of these updates with USDM. If you haven't got one of the developer accounts, do check it out. The data here is very nice to see and scroll through. They've got a total of 13 Oracle feeds at the moment for the various tokens in the Cardano space. So it's nice to have that all that data there. You can click on USDM and get that live data feed. I think it comes in at the end of the business day in the US there, and you can see that massive little spike there. I wonder if I can zoom out a little bit. No, I can't zoom out any further. Would have been nicer if I could zoom out over the last 3 months, because there has been those big chunks coming in. Now, one of those chunks, one of those $1 million chunks was for IOG's and Lace Wallets bug bounty. So I don't know if anyone has managed to hack that Lace Wallet bug bounty for their paper wallet. If you could hack and get into that particular paper wallet, which they gave you a copy of, then you could keep that 1 million USDM. I don't know if anyone's going to break that. I did talk about that particular wallet's potential seed phrase being created with the UB key. And if it was, I think it's pretty much impossible. You have to socially engineer your way into the company to be able to get those particular assets and devices. And even then, you have to be there physically. I think it's impossible to hack that wallet. So maybe it is the most secure paper wallet in the world. That'd be amazing if it really is. But yeah. Now, the other side of the oracles that we're hearing about at the moment is with Orcfax. And these guys, look at what they delivered here. This is amazing. So they've delivered some really optimized Oracle feeds. Let me play this little thing here. I wonder if I can do the audio. Oh, I can. Yeah, awesome. Oracle cost reduction, cost efficiency, sustainable feeds, multi-feed publication, lots of features here. Sorry, peeking in the audio there. Let me just turn that down a little bit. But yeah, lots of things that they're working on here are made possible now on the Cardano space. And I'm having a look at their Explorer here on Orcfax, explorer.orcfax.io. These are all their Oracle feeds at the moment. They've got 21 feeds. So they've been working a lot in the background here to make this all possible. I know they had this little bit of a drama back when they found that their feeds weren't very decentralized or decentralized at all. And now they've reworked the whole platform. They've done a lot of work here and made these Oracle feeds more decentralized with launching of this particular network. I've seen a lot of people celebrate this one as well. A lot of people that were critical about these particular centralized Oracle feeds, but it looks like those people have celebrated this launch. So I'm assuming that these are a lot more decentralized compared to what they were before on Orcfax. So this is something I'm going to dive into and try and get a better understanding of. I know Peter from Orcfax has been working a lot on this. I've heard that he is doing an interview with Farid from DApp Central as well. So check out that interview. It might be a really good one if you want to understand how Orcfax works. So congratulations to the Orcfax team. This is a big milestone for you guys. Now, talking about milestones, love how I'm segueing here tonight. And this is the birthday celebration. Cardano's 7th birthday, celebrated over in Japan, where with the Mergo and IO input output HK IOG celebrating over there. And this is really cool. Let me just open up these photos here. If you haven't seen these, this was quite a dinner, I suspect. Now, there's quite a few presentations that came out of that event. It did look quite good. I wish I was there. It's one of those things. There's a lot of events on at the moment in the Cardano space, and there's, you can't be everywhere at once. But this is a video that came out of the event. Now, I haven't watched this yet. I've just had a look over the captions and stuff. And this is about bringing in Circle, USDC, more stable coins to the Cardano space. And one chain here said they're ready to bridge this. If it's a native implementation of Circle's USDC on Cardano, they can bridge this from other chains directly to Cardano. So people can start flooding the Cardano space with their liquidity if they want to. That's the idea. That's what we're hoping for here. But I don't know. This is one of the things that I've been thinking about as well. It's like, we enable USDC. Will it bring in that USDC liquidity that we're after on our chain? And I argue no. What's the incentive for anyone to bring USDC over to Cardano from Arbitrum, from any other chain? Why would they bring it to Cardano if they aren't earning extra yields? All the DeFi platforms out there, everyone that is building on Cardano has to find these ways to generate more yield for anyone to bring in that USDC. If it's, DEX tokens, like min tokens and stuff, a lot of these tokens do go down in value over time. So what's the real incentive here? Are you going to generate more USDC for these guys? Where's that USDC coming from? Is it interest that's coming in from like holding the USDC? I don't know. So this is the big thing that all the DeFi protocols have to think about to try and attract the USDC over to Cardano. And liquid finance are delivering and providing a really big amount of value at the moment. So maybe something like that will attract a lot of people over to Cardano to bring in that stablecoin liquidity. And I really hope they do, because we do need it for a better trading experience. But let me just play this clip here from Charles. This is a little bit of a conversation about what the Cardano Foundation are doing. So let me just play this.
There are some homegrown stablecoin projects on Cardano, for example, USDM and USDA, but the largest projects by far are Tether and Circle. And the Cardano Foundation's been in pretty aggressive negotiations now for a while with Circle, and they're trying to figure out how to get them into our ecosystem. And that's kind of the remittent job. I don't have any philosophical problem with it. However, it is important to understand that when a stablecoin comes into your ecosystem, the stablecoin, if it gets too much economic activity, ends up having a great degree of power over the ecosystem, because you can't clone a stablecoin. You can't have coin A and coin B. They're backed one to one. So if you ever fork and there's the debate of which chain is correct in the system, the stablecoin actually gets to decide that. Currently, 71% of all economic activity in Ethereum is either Tether or Circle. So if Tether and Circle get together, they effectively get to decide which fork of Ethereum is the real one. So it's really hard for us to say we have on-chain governance and you're, as ADA holders, in charge and you get to vote on forks, but then a foreign actor who has no investment or connection to the ecosystem other than the fact that they control a stable coin actually gets to decide which fork is prominent.
That's pretty interesting. I never thought of that. The stablecoin having the power to dictate which fork of the chain is the right one. They can decide. They may have a lot of tokens that are being allocated on a new chain and say, hey, we're all moving over here. Liquidity moves there. That's insane. Didn't think about that one. Let me continue this.
All of this is diversity. So instead of having one stablecoin that rules all of them, you have a collection of them that compete with each other, so nobody has too much economic power. And you see this in all markets. Monopolies are a great example of that. If only one person controls the entire market, they get to set the prices and they have an undue amount of influence on the system. So I don't have anything against Circle. And, if I was negotiating, obviously I would fight hard to get them here, but it's the foundation that's been doing those negotiations. And I would hope that they conclude at some point. From our position, we've been working on alternatives. We work with a lot of the small stablecoin issuers. We created JED with Cody, which is an algorithmic stablecoin. We've also been working with the state of Wyoming to see if we can get their stablecoin project to issue on Cardano natively, so we can have those. So they're absolutely necessary. We're starting to see them grow in the ecosystem, but there are definitely some challenges with them. And it is important to understand that just the existence of that stablecoin doesn't necessarily mean you get economic activity. For example, Algorand has Circle support, and they minted over $300 million worth of Circle tokens on their network, and it didn't appreciate the price of Algorand, and it didn't increase the TVL or other such things in Algorand. So the existence of these things doesn't translate to use and utility. You have to have.
Yeah, I'll stop it there. That's exactly what I was saying. It's having Circle doesn't necessarily, having USDC doesn't necessarily mean that anything will happen. Projects have got to adopt it. Projects have got to accept it, etc. And there's got to be some sort of yield incentive as well. I did see USDM push out a lot of partnerships lately. So they're saying they've partnered up with such and USDM will be the primary stable coin used on that whatever platform it is. So I'm seeing, the Moneta guys work that level of partnership and integrations to make sure their stablecoin is widely used everywhere within the ecosystem. So I think they're going the right way. They're definitely going the right way. Okay, where was I? All right, so all these events, absolutely amazing. Wish I was going. So IO, I believe, are going now to Token 2049 over in Singapore. That's this week, so 18th and 19th, I think it was. Another event I can't get to, really disappointed, would love to go. And of course, now we also have the Cardano Foundation's Cardano Summit coming up in October as well. Now, look at this, early bird tickets are almost sold out. If you are or wanting to go, this is probably your best chance now to get these early bird and cheaper tickets. 23rd, 24th of October, if you are heading over, get your tickets now before they're all sold out. Again, this is another event I can't get to. It's just not good timing for me. The markets aren't that great either, to be honest. So I won't be going to this particular event this year. And I won't be going to the convention, the governance convention later this year in Argentina either. That's just a horrid flight. I'm not going out of protest because it's just ridiculously far away. Anyway, the Cardano Foundation Summit, if you are going, get your tickets now. This is another motivation for you to go. And this, I really wish I was going. This is a yacht party that Kaizen is organizing for the Friday night event. So this is a Friday night side event at the in Dubai, where he's obviously hired a yacht somehow. Maybe he's got some very rich friends, or his stake pool's doing well. I don't know what it is, but Kaizen, far out, mate. If you are going, make sure you register for this particular event as well. Registrations start open until the 30th. Get your little ticket there. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of people, and get on this yacht party in Dubai. It's going to be absolutely insane. So deeply jealous of anyone that's going and that is sharing their photos as well. Please don't tag me in anything. I don't want to see it. Now, this other really cool thing that's come out of this Cardano Foundation is Tyler's brand new t-shirt that he's created for the foundation. So this is get your proof of purchase NFT with this brand new t-shirt. This is the Genesis block for the Shanghai fork, I believe it is. That's why it was created. But this t-shirt here, Tyler's a phenomenal artist. He's created some really cool stuff for the Cardano Foundation. He did the NFTs for the Cardano Summit Awards. I don't think he made the one for the one that I got back there, that trophy. Don't know if you can see it, but the one last year, I believe he created. And, you know, it's just stunning 3D artwork. And this is another piece that he created as well. So do check that one out. Do support his work. Tyler does some really cool artwork in the space. Now let's have a governance catch up and see what's actually happening in the governance side of things here. Oh boy, there's a lot of things happening at the moment. And all of these governance workshops are pumping out. There's so many governance workshops at the moment. This is the latest one this weekend in Buenos Aires, and I think the team did a really good job here of organizing event space. This is absolutely stunning. I'm assuming the convention might be at a very similar space or at the same space itself. I did hear that Charles had to skip the summit and had to go to Buenos Aires, Argentina, to talk to the president about this. So there's some serious collaborations here are happening at the government level within Argentina, and whatever they're doing there. I'm pretty sure it's all around identity at the moment, incorporating their Tyler Prism Identitas solution. I believe the Cardano Foundation are doing theirs as well with their identity wallet. But we'll see what will come out of that. So we'll hear it after the summit. But Charles will be presenting at the Cardano Summit side event in Buenos Aires. So we'll see what is actually happening. But these workshops here, if you are interested in Cardano governance and want to contribute to Cardano's constitution, now is the time to find a constitutional workshop that is happening around the world. There are so many of them. I wish I had the link to it at the moment, but I'm sure if you do a quick Google search, you'll be able to find the link to the Luma site where you have all the constitutional workshops. There's over 60 of them around the world, so you can jump onto one of those, attend and contribute to Cardano's future, the constitution, the rules, and what we are going to follow as a Cardano blockchain and contributing to it. So please, if you can, attend one of these events. Now, from what I've understood, 2 people will be chosen from each one of these events to attend the Constitutional Convention over in Buenos Aires later this year. So if you attend one of these events, all the people within the event will vote on who those 2 people will be, and be selected to go to the convention. So this is a free ticket. Potentially, if you want to go to Buenos Aires for the convention, attend one of these workshops. attend one of the workshops, contribute, and you can be voted in and head over there yourself. So this is really, really awesome. Also, if I think I heard correctly, this isn't a public event. So you can't just buy a ticket and go to the convention. You have to be a representative from one of these workshops to be able to go to the event. So it's a little bit of a closed door event. Unfortunately, I really wish I could have gone as a spectator and just watched and reported on what's happening. But this is a closed door event for people that are going into the space that have collated information, feedback from the community around the world to bring it to that particular convention to write the Constitution. So I believe that is how it's being organized. All right. If you can get to event, I'll put the links down below a little bit later and get to it so you can be a part of this monumentous milestone within the Cardano ecosystem. Now, Yoroi, wow, these guys have been working hard. They've been adding all these different features to their wallet. And if you haven't looked at Yoroi in a long time, I highly suggest you revisit it. Just have a look at what they've done. They've really upped their game in regards to what Cardano wallet has. They've incorporated everything that you need now, including governance. So now you can go through and delegate to a DRep. You can register as a DRep, put in your default options of sustain or no confidence, so you can continuously earn the ADA rewards. That's on the cards at the moment. If you don't do one of these default options, you can possibly not get your ADA rewards anymore. You'll still earn them, you just won't be able to withdraw them. So it's something to keep in mind. Now, let me just go here. Yeah, this is my wallet here. So you can, they've really made this really simple. So you can click on change DRep or delegate to a DRep. All you need to do then is add in the DRep ID of the person that you are wanting to delegate to. Here you can just like grab the DRep ID, as easy as that. Whoops, wrong screen. Paste it in, confirm, sign the transaction, and you're done. That's it. They've made it as simple as possible. They've gotten rid of all the clutter and just made this screens really, really simple. So governance in Yoroi, good work, guys. Good to see that you're still building, you're still doing some stuff and pushing the wallet forward as well. So that's absolutely awesome. Yes, guys, this is live. So I will be going to the comment section afterwards as well. So if you want to leave a comment, please do. I'll go through the comments right after. All right, where was I? Now, the governance at the moment is not going too well. Only 0.7% of the total ADA in circulation is participating in this era of governance. That's not much. That's abysmal, guys. And I know with Project Catalyst, it's really hard to push people into the era of voting in Catalyst alone. And now we're trying to get everyone in the Cardano ecosystem, every single ADA holder, to delegate to a DRep or register themselves or set their wallets to abstain or no confidence. One of those default actions. And we are obviously struggling at the moment. So maybe, hopefully, we can get up to at least 1% by the end of the epoch. We've still got 2.5 days-ish left to get to the end of the epoch. Will we get there? I don't know. At this rate, I don't think we will. So hopefully we do. And, maybe if we do enforce the fact that you won't be able to withdraw your ADA rewards unless you delegate to a DRep or one of those default actions, this will then hopefully get this particular percentage up if they force that and force people to participate in governance. That isn't set in stone yet. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe we'll see more of this after the convention. I don't know. But it's one of those things that we need to work on. Now, if you want to see any of these stats, another website I've been playing around with is adastat.net, and you can easily see, it's a really clean interface to see what's going on. This is the latest governance action, or the only governance action at the moment. It's an info action to name the next hard fork Hosky. I love how it's actually changed actually. So we didn't have these bounding boxes here with the thumbs up, thumbs down before, but now we can really easily see like how many DReps have voted up, how many DReps have voted down, how many SPOs have interacted as well, and then the committee too. Oh, it looks okay. No, not voted yet. Okay, misread that. But you can see here that hopefully well, not hopefully, but it seems that the no votes are winning at the moment. So the next hard fork won't be called chain point 1.2 or whatever, or it may be called that. Sorry, it won't be called Hosky. Now, I wouldn't actually mind. Now that I come to think of it, I wouldn't actually mind. It kind of like drums up the drama around the space. There's always drama, isn't there? And calling it, and you know, someone coming in with a massive amount of ADA and just saying yes, and they're getting everyone's vote here and calling it, forcing it to be called the Hosky hard fork, I think would be hilarious right at the last minute. Why not? Let's see what happens. But you can see all the governance actions here. You can go through and see all the other governance DRep side of things as well. You can see how many DReps have registered. We've got lots of stats here. We're at 379 at the moment, which is really good. So more and more people are registering as DReps. If you don't want to delegate to a DRep, you can register yourself. You can register yourself and not make it public and then just do your own voting in the future. So you've got lots of options there. Now, one of the big debates at the moment is whether or not DReps should be compensated. And, you know, I'm in two minds about this. I understand the points of view that everyone is coming up with at the moment. Sorry, I'm clicking on too many tabs. I do understand the whole point here and what could happen. So if DReps are compensated and compensated really well, like a decent amount of ADA, there could form that centralization of power where certain people would try and gain as much power as possible so they can vote in particular directions and earn ADA for it. Now, there's 2 points here. So one, if you're paid accordingly, there's less motivation to act maliciously on the chain. So if I was a massive whale, I could put in a governance action, putting up a governance action. This is another debating topic at the moment. Each governance action will cost you 100,000 ADA to put on chain. It's a lot of ADA, but I could also vote for my own proposals and push my own proposal through and pay myself an extra 100 million ADA. So, you know, there's those type of things as well. And if the incentive there for DReps to act properly within the ecosystem, and if they're paid properly, they could help, they would want to defend that type of thing. Otherwise, if you're not paid and you see those type of things, you might just say, I don't care. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to get that ADA. I don't care where it goes. I won't vote because what's the point? That's, you know, there's the other flip side of these things as well. But here Micah says, compensation of DReps is the most dangerous proposal gaining momentum right now. If governance becomes a yield platform, it will be optimized for power swings from community to DeFi oligarchs, mass centralization issues, etc., etc. So there's multiple viewpoints here. The other side here, Alex, Planet Maz, he works for the Cardano Foundation, sustainability lead. He says DRep delegators, i.e. the community, should be compensated, compensate them if they want to. SPOs are compensated with staking rewards by the protocol to secure it. DReps should be compensated for their delegations for representing their interest. So there's both really good arguments here. Could you imagine if SPOs were not incentivized to run the network? You'd probably have a really bad network. You wouldn't have SPOs staying up all night ensuring, during the ITN that is, staying up all night to ensure that those blocks were being minted, working out the bugs and getting it all working. And because of that incentive, we have now a really smooth, bulletproof blockchain because of the dedication there. So, you know, I'm in two minds. At the moment, my point of view is I think I can contribute as a DRep and handle the workload as it is at the moment. I know there's not going to be many governance actions in the early days, and I can contribute as much as I can. But as soon as this takes more than 10 hours of work, I have to then sacrifice my time on other projects. I have a business, I have a kid, I go to the gym, I box, all these other things. When it starts encroaching on that side of things, I probably won't be a DRep anymore. There's lots of things about this. There is one thing that I am working on at the moment, though, around the DRep side of things, and hopefully we can make this a thing. Let me just pull it up for you. I wasn't going to talk about this, but since I'm talking about this whole DRep thing, I might as well. There is, I'm trying to form a group, an alliance, a group. I don't know what to call it at the moment, but people within this vertical of the time zone, Southeast Asia, Japan, Oceanic region, South Pacific. I'm reaching out to anyone in this area, this region, that would be awake right now and could contribute and join in on town halls, spaces, etc., to talk about whatever governance actions come up. I want to be able to pull resources from various DReps, lean on their knowledge, lean on their expertise, so to be able to teach other DReps what's going on. So if a really technical issue comes up that needs to be discussed, I'd love to have Micah in that space and be able to educate us and to tell us what's going on. If it's a really finicky governance issue, I'd love to have these guys that are really into reading the Constitution and understanding it all to try and explain to us, what the best decision is. That will reduce workload. It will help governance actions faster. All sorts of benefits here. So I'm trying to form this group, this alliance group that will not necessarily all vote in the same direction, but at least share resources and information to make the DRep experience easier. So if you are in this vertical, this particular time zone, please reach out. I'd really love to hear from you so I can form this group together and form this little bit of alliance. Now, Cardano Yoda, this is where this whole conversation came from. And he put out this poll here. I haven't voted on this one yet. And he more so did a lot of writing and documentation around the various ways that DReps could be rewarded. There's all these different models. I've mentioned them in a lot of my other videos. Please check them out. But looking into the annual budget for DReps and how they would be paid is an interesting aspect. And, none of this is locked in stone yet. None of it's written into the Constitution. None of it is set as parameters. But there are those parameters there to make this happen. So we are looking into what particular payment models there could be here at the moment. So if you haven't seen this yet, chime in on this particular debate. Chime in on what the pay rate might be for a DRep. I haven't yet. I will wait and see see how this one goes. 8 hours left. Maybe I'll vote in the early hours before I wake up or something. Before I wake up, when I wake up. But be interesting to see what you guys think about this one. I'll put links down below in the show notes afterwards. Now, that is all I have in regards to all the news stories for this particular news update. I think I've gone for almost 15 minutes on ramblings and everything here. So I'm going to check the live stream chat here and see what you guys have been talking about. I don't know what you've been talking about here. So I'm going to scroll up and have a look. If you do have a comment, please leave a comment. I'll check it out and see what you guys are up to. Jeff, yep, Hardy, yep, hey, thanks for coming in. David, where is there going to be a TapTools app? I don't know. That'd be kind of useful, actually. A TapTools app be nice because then you can get push notifications around different tokens and price movements and all that stuff. I haven't heard anything of a TapTools application, so that'd be really, really good, actually. Now, this is a comment here from PXKQ. Is it safe to be reading the mempool and act on it? Doesn't seem secure until it's locked on chain. Yeah, there was a little bit of argument around that, but it's pretty much if it's in the mempool and it's going to hit the chain within 20 seconds, it's pretty safe to do so. It's essentially a transaction that's in the mempool. It's across all the stake pools out there. It will hit the chain at some point in time. If the mempools are full, they do get through eventually. So if it gets to the point of just being added into the DEX for the swap, and it's not going to be actioned because the liquidity isn't there, I'm assuming the Splash guys have thought about that and put in logic where it wouldn't execute the smart contract. So I'm assuming they've thought about that. It will just make sense. Otherwise, they'll be losing money, you know. So I'm pretty sure it's safe for what they're doing there. Sounds like Luna too. I'm assuming you're talking about the liquidity on. Yeah, okay. So Dr. Ashley here is talking about, sounds like Luna 2, 20% yields sounds a little bit sus. Now, I don't know what the yield breakup is for liquid finance. Now, it all depends on what it is. So if they're giving their yield out in the liquid token, they're essentially just printing money, printing their token. So it wouldn't be a massive amount. It wouldn't really matter. So Luna was what they were doing. They were printing out extra Luna tokens. So they were printing the same asset that they're using. And you know that didn't make sense. But here, am I connected? Let's see here. Staking governance. I don't know where to go for this. If anyone is watching and they can tell me where I can find these yields, liquid rewards, please tell me because I don't know where it is. But yes, Dr. Ashley, it's all depends on what the yield is. If it's all in liquid tokens, then it would make sense. They can offer that high APR. Supply APR, no, okay. There it is, USDC. So here we go. We've got, what's it coming in out as? What is it being paid as? I still can't tell. Yeah, I can't tell with confidence what it is. Details. But there's a lot here, and the APY is 20%, which is absolutely insane. Oh, it's collateralized assets. Yeah, I've really got to get into liquid and get a better understanding of it. But when I do, I'll let you guys know. Ben Miguel, what's your new channel called? My new channel, this is it here. It's I called it, originally called it Learn Cardano Tutorials, but I tweaked it slightly and called it Crypto Tutorials, Guides and Courses. Link, I'll just paste it directly in the chat here for you guys. So if you do want to follow it, please do. But it literally will be just tutorials. It will be tutorials, guides, walkthroughs, everything from DeFi protocols to different hardware wallets. I've noticed anytime I posted any type of content like this on my main channel, it'll just tank. 300, 400 views at the most. People aren't interested in that type of content. So I post that now over in the other channel, so it separates it so it doesn't affect the YouTube algorithm. Even when I do interviews on my main channel, if people aren't interested in that particular topic, they don't watch it. And it tanks the channel. It breaks the algorithm. So when you're doing YouTube videos, you need to build upon your previous video. So if you do something really strange after your last video and it tanks, your whole channel tanks and the algorithm doesn't favor you anymore. Yeah, really interesting stuff with the YouTube side of things. Hence I split the channel. Lord, good to have you here. Jeff, you're still in the live chat. Awesome. Donnie, good to have you here as well. Thank you for always supporting the channel and becoming a channel member as well. You are absolutely awesome. Marcel, awesome. Good to see you here. Life stake is at 426.6. So well above 1% now. Awesome. Really good to hear. Life stake. Okay, cool. Great. I can't do the math that quickly in my head, but thank you for doing that. So we are well over 1%. That's really good to hear. We're on an upward trend. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Dr. Ashley, can you vote DRep from your ledger or Trezor? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I did a tutorial here. So with the ledger, you had to upgrade your ledger to the latest version of the app on the device itself. So the device, I can't remember what version it was. I think you had to, I've got it in the documentation here. So you have to cycle. Yeah, here we go. I'll just go down. Oh, of course I didn't write it in the, here we go. You need to be on version 7.1.3 on the actual Ledger device itself. So if you go onto Ledger and you see, you go to About, you can check the version number of the app, the Cardano app on there. If it's less than 7.1.3, you won't be able to participate in governance because it hasn't got the transaction construction code on there. So you upgrade to that version, then you can start writing the governance transactions, and then you can start delegating within the various wallets. This particular video tutorial that I did it with Eternal as well. So we'll guide you through using your Eternal, the internal wallet with the Ledger and voting that way. So it's really easy to do. Just follow the tutorial there and you'll be able to start delegating. Jaff, so mysterious. What sorts of plans? Oh yeah, I was trying to work out what you're talking about. That was it's the global dominance plans for Southeast Asia, Oceania, and all that with the DReps, that vertical. It's just putting things together for this region. It'd be really good to see. I was talking to some other people, and Oz CryptoCon, that's coming up in November, 23rd, 24th of November, and at the moment we don't have any Cardano representation there, and it would have been great if we have the funds for it so we can ensure that Cardano is there every single year. And this era of governance can make that happen, but we also need support of votes, DReps, and everything else around it to make that happen as well. So if we can get the support of the DReps in the region, we can ensure that we always have presence at Oz CryptoCon, at CoinFest in Bali, at Token 2049 in Tokyo, not Tokyo, it's in Singapore. And then we can have all these workshops. We can have hackathons. We've got hackathons in Berlin. NMKR put one together. We've got hackathons and dev courses in Argentina. The teams there, Sun Solar Pool put that one together. So, we've got some other workshops around the world. We need some more representation here in Australia and in the Oceanic, the Southeast Asia regions. The guys from Sindan Labs over in Hong Kong, they're just starting their workshops right now. So they're putting things together. They've got Catalyst funds to do that. So we need to keep on getting this funded. I would love to see smart contract developer courses in the universities here, everywhere, from Singapore, Taiwan, Hong Kong, wherever it is, Australia. I'd love to see that smart contract developer course. I know here at QUT, they have that smart contract developer course going on at the moment, and they're teaching Solidity. Why not Aiken? Why not Aiken? I want to make that happen. I want to see that happen. And whatever courses are being created here, of course, replicate and push around the world. So other universities, other people, other DReps, other people that are interested in creating those courses and making it happen around the world, we can do so. It's all about the adoption at the moment. We need more adoption. Sorry, Jeff, I went on a bit of a rant there. PKXQ, have you checked Yoroi Mobile nightly? They're adding dark mode, DApp connector, and other stuff. Seems like a whole new wallet. No, I haven't checked nightly yet, and I think I should. I don't have it installed on this machine here, but I will, and check out and see what the guys have been up to. I'm thoroughly impressed with the state of Yoroi at the moment in just this particular build here. So if it's anything to show where they're heading at the moment, be amazing. So Yoroi's come a long way, and I know people think, Yoroi's a wallet of the yesteryear. Sure, it is, but so many people still use it. So many people still have it. I pushed them to Eternal. I pushed them to Lace. I pushed them, hey, there's all these better wallets out there that have a really nice UI and interface, but Yoroi's catching up. And they still have Yoroi on their phone. They still have Yoroi as their first wallet. My partner still has Yoroi. She hasn't moved. She still has original ADA from 2017 and hasn't touched it since. So it's all in Yoroi, and she's not going to move anywhere else. So it's it's a staple wallet for many, many people. So it does need to be developed, does need to be improved. Where are we here? Jeff, yeah, YouTube algorithm doesn't seem to like mixed content within a channel. Yeah, it certainly doesn't. You got to keep the hype, keep the rumors, keep the news. Hence, this is a hype news channel now. Lord, Dex Screener is an actual aggregator like SimpleSwap or just information platform like CoinGecko. It's more of an information platform. So Dex Screener here, if we go to it here, I actually haven't logged in with my wallet, so I don't have an account within Dex Screener to be able to go through deeply and see. But the only things I've seen within it is data about the various tokens, etc. So I can't do a swap like I did in what do you call it? Tap tools with Dex Hunter on the side, so you can do a swap with the actual token that you're looking at. So it doesn't have that type of ability. So it's pulling in all the data. They must have massive databases. You can do all sorts of crazy things with this, all sorts of charting, but I don't see anything else other than charts and data. All right, where are we? Ben Addison, what's up, everyone? Thank you for joining the live stream chat. Jeff, great rant. Completely agree. Thanks, mate. All right. It's getting late here. It's getting 10:30. I've kept this stream up for 1 hour, just over an hour now. So thank you, everyone that's joined in the live stream here. Thank you for joining me in on this this news update and going through everything that's happening in the Cardano ecosystem. So hopefully you enjoyed this one here. And of course, if you did, hit that thumbs up, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. And you get more Cardano news in your inbox, wherever it ends up. I think it's in your inbox. You get an email notification. And I'll see you guys in the next video.